What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. It is time for some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we will be taking a look at a series of games between Complexity's Minigun and Empire's Happy. We are here on the map IC Cup Test Bug, one of my favorite maps visually. This thing looks just absolutely beautiful. Over here in the right-hand position at about the 3 o'clock, we do have Minigun as the blue Protoss player, and then down over here at around the 7 o'clock position, Empire Happy, our yellow Terran player. So yes, this is going to be Terran versus Protoss, Happy versus Minigun. First game in the series here on IC Cup Test Bug. So very happy to be casting some StarCraft 2 commentary. I do believe that we will be getting out a Terran strategy video today as well, so stay tuned for that. Any of you fans of just StarCraft 2, I'm just going to let you know again, last week we were so focused on the Diablo content just because we were at the very start of that press being allowed to post on the beta, and so really wanted to just get a ton of stuff out there and really let people know that I'll be all over that. But we will be balancing out the StarCraft and Diablo about equal in terms of number of videos per day. Again, keep in mind, though, we are in the Diablo beta. Once we get into the heart of the Swarm beta as well, that'll be a whole nother story, and certainly be doing a lot of coverage on that, and that's something else that I'm looking forward to. I just love gaming so much. It makes me so very happy. And speaking of happy, we do have Happy over here with that 10 pod depot, 12 racks, and it looks to be a 13 refinery. Yes, that was very cheesy. I am fully aware of it. No need to tell me here. We do have Happy moving out with the SCV Scout, and he's actually moving straight to that 6 o'clock spawn position, so he will be spotting out Minigun right away. And finally now, Minigun is actually moving into Happy's base. He should be able to do actually a little bit of harass right now, trying to get a couple shots off on the SCV, but no, Happy pulling off immediately in response to seeing that probe, grabbing an SCV from the line, and moving to engage the probe to prevent him from being able to do much damage at all. And as we can see right now, unfortunately for Minigun, wasn't able to get even a couple of shots off. We do have that Marine coming on through, and uh-oh, there is the steal right there from Minigun. So Minigun preventing Happy from teching up very hard, at least in the early stage of the game. And Happy, unfortunately, is going to have to wait until that assimilator is actually gone before he's going to be able to do much of anything else. So we have that first Marine popping out right now, sitting idly right here. The probe knows that he is safe because that first Marine is the only attacking unit right now, and he's so focused on that assimilator. Is he going to let it finish? Yes, he does. So Minigun lets that finish, just goes fully through there. Second assimilator coming down over here for Minigun, so we will be mining from those two Vespene geysers. He also has that Cybernetics core coming on through. Again, it will be quite a while until Happy's actually able to work through that. We do have a factory getting placed up here. Is that out of the vision? Yes, it is, just barely out of the vision. But what about that probe scout? Minigun does still have that opportunity to get that scouting information if he moves in the right direction. Looks like he attempts to go over there, but Happy, very nice deny there, preventing him from being able to do that, and actually coming out with that bunker. So it does look like Happy will be going for something a little bit risky early on, and that is precisely why he's actually coming out this bunker, to make sure he can defend against any possible aggression that Minigun may be coming out with. Now, take a look at Minigun's vision, and you can see, yes, he did spot that bunker, so he knows it's coming through, and he's going to try to get that scouting information. Is he going to catch the factory? So very close, but unfortunately denied by those Marines. So unfortunately for Minigun, wasn't able to actually scout out Happy's factory, so he isn't fully aware of what's going on at the moment. Now we do have one Stalker coming out, also coming out with that Expo. Looks like Minigun deciding to go one gate into expand. Still hasn't saturated that assimilator. Wanted to keep his guys on the minerals a bit longer so that he could get out that Nexus, also get out this gateway here. And is he going to be coming out with a third gateway? I expect that to happen right now, and there we go. There is that third gateway as well. So early game, we'll be relying on those 3 gateways. Probably going to see a Robo as well following up immediately after that. We have one Hellion attempting to move out, and the Stalker gets 2 shots off. There's number 3. Minigun has ample time right now to prepare. He knows that that is coming. We'll be trying to chrono boost out that sentry, but is it going to be out in time right now? You can see that sentry getting very close to finish right now. The Hellion's attempting to move on up. I'm not sure if it's going to make it all the way up. It's going to be very close. Scouting out the Expo, actually decided not to move up. That was a wee bit anticlimactic, and there we go. The force field also preventing that from happening. Stalker does get a few shots off. Hellion is going to be able to make it back home. Or will he? We do have that. Never mind. I thought that was going to be another Stalker, but it is, in fact, just a probe there. And it looks like the Hellion is going to take that out. Stalker attempting to engage the Hellion, but the Hellion spotting the Stalker from having vision of that Zelnaga tower. Is able to actually make his way back home nice and safe. We've got a factory here on the low ground. Here comes out an expansion. Now, Cloak Banshees is going to be the opening here for Happy. Cloak Banshees into expand, and that factory certainly in a risky position right now, but I don't know, it's really not that big a deal because it doesn't look like he'll really be using it all that much. We got a couple of Marines moving down as well. While that Stalker's distracted, attempting to do some damage. However, Stalker with that range advantage plus that speed advantage early on is able to micro around and do a lot of work on those Marines, and that's exactly why we saw those Marines head back to the base there and the safety of that bunker. Hellion is moving out across the map right now. That first, oh my gosh, that first Banshee, is he going to get spotted? Yes, he does. The Stalker of Minigun able to spot the Banshee, and this should allow him to respond accordingly, and there is the Observer, so he is going to be all set. We'll have ample cloak detection. You can see that cloak research just finishing right now for Happy. Really not going to matter much, though, in all honesty. Because, again, Minigun did spot it. He is coming out with these observers right now. One is protecting the main already. That next one will be moving straight to the natural. Got a couple of anti-air units to protect against that, plus that cloak detection. Minigun really should be all set. We've got a robotics bay coming out as well, so preparing for that transition into Colossus. And we can see that bio-heavy transition will be coming from Happy. That expansion just about finished. Second Banshee getting ready to move out. And here we go, first cloak Banshee. Already sitting with 2 kills. Gonna get number 3. There's number 4 as well. And actually, he's able to engage that Stalker. I don't know where that Observer is. It hasn't finished yet. Oh my gosh, an Observer heading away across the map that allowed him to take out the Stalker. He's going to take out the Sentry as well. These 2 Stalkers will be too much. It will force that Banshee back. We've got a second Banshee prepared to move up onto that main base. 2 Stalkers plus that Observer should be ample defense. And how many kills? Sitting with a total of 7 kills, so very nice play there by Happy. Able to get 7 kills with that Banshee. Looks like he's going to lose it, though. He was distracted, paying attention to this Banshee here, and that one's getting dangerously low. Needs to pull out. Going to be very close, and no, manages to make it away. Luckily, didn't end up losing that second Banshee. Let's take a look here so far. Units lost. Looks like Minigun is quite a bit behind. It was very nice to see Happy kill off that many workers, a total of 7 workers from that Banshee harass there. Actually, one of those is actually from a Hellion kill in the middle of the map, but still managing to get off 6 workers with that Banshee harass. Very effective. Happy also coming out now with these 2 bunkers out front to defend himself while he moves into his expansion. All right, so the transition right now for Happy is going to be bio-heavy. We can also see another rack skin placed down over here, allowing him to come out with some Marauders out of that one. So bio-heavy plus Medivacs is exactly what we will be seeing from Happy, and that's pretty much to be expected. Now, Stimpack Research just finishing right now, should be working his way into Combat Shield, as well as that Concussive Shell after. Observer gets scouted. Really missed that Raven. After those first 2 Banshees, he actually went immediately into a Raven, and we may very well be seeing a timing push here from Happy. That is certainly quite possible. And here comes that Cloak Banshee prepared to do some more damage. We'll want to engage that Stalker first. Actually, just going straight for those workers, but he's going to risk losing this right now with that Observer right there. Stalker's trying to catch up with that Banshee. It does manage to get away, getting off a total of 3 kills so far. We have a Minigun right now with 1 Colossus. He's got a second Colossus coming out, also sitting with 4 Stalkers. Really not the strongest force. We can take a look here. Happy does have a slight advantage right now, although it doesn't look like he's pushing out right now. He may again be prepared to move out with a timing push. We do have a double Viking actually coming out right now to deal with those Colossus. He has scouted out the fact that those Colossus will be coming, spotting that bay right there. So he's fully aware of the fact that Minigun is coming out with those Colossus, but I'm not entirely sure that he's really going to have. Actually, never mind. He's coming out with 2 more Vikings as well. So we'll be sitting with at least 4 Vikings, and early on, that's actually a pretty hefty amount. Now we do have that Cloak Banshee moving across right now. The Observer does manage to scout it out and very low on energy. He's not going to be able to remain cloaked for too much longer. Colossus over here helping maintain vision of the high ground, allowing those Stalkers and Sentries to actually shoot that Banshee out of the sky, but the Banshee could actually just sit back here, let that energy come back, and then move to engage later on. And he's got that constant threat of moving forward with that Banshee, and that's probably a major concern in all honesty for Minigun, because he does have to be constantly prepared to defend against that. And there you go, 1 free worker kill, and that's all he's really trying to do, just get a kill here and a kill there. Now we do right now have Minigun moving across the map. He does have a few Stalkers, a couple Stalkers and a couple Sentries as well. But very, very Colossus heavy, and still coming out with those constant Colossus numbers. Happy again sitting with this bio army. He does have Stimpack and Concussive Shell finished right now. Has also finished those combat shields for those Marines. Lots and lots of Vikings sitting with 5 right now. He's got more coming out even. A Medevac coming out of that double reactor starport there. And the Banshee still going to town. Banshee still doing damage. Just kind of dancing around with that main army of Minigun. Minigun just needs to leave a little bit everywhere. Leave a few Stalkers here and then move the rest of his forces over here. We do have Minigun attempting to move into this expansion. Actually decided to stop that. Waiting until his forces come forward, and then we'll be dropping it down. And there we go. Moving forward, and finally able to take out that Banshee. It's about damn time. I'm sure Minigun was incredibly frustrated by that, but here we go. Actually, Happy's pushing out, and he's pulling SCVs with it. He's pulling a lot of SCVs. We're seeing an all-in right now. A 14-minute all-in here from Happy. Lots of Vikings in there. Couple of medevacs as well. Big thing there in the Raven, being able to drop that point defense drone is going to be absolutely huge. And this is a very strong push right now coming from Happy. Now, so long as Minigun can defend against this, he will win the game if he pushes out with a counterattack. But can he defend? That's the question. There's that point defense drone forcing those Stalkers back. Marines and Marauders stimming up. A few of them still haven't stimmed, though. They're getting prepared to wait till they're that full engagement. Vikings moving forward, sniping down those Colossus, those Stim Marines and Marauders, and forcing Minigun to call the GG. Very interesting game number one here. We did see Happy opening up with those quick Banshees into expand and a 1-gate expand for Minigun. Banshees were able to do quite a bit of damage, and then we saw that very nice following timing push here, that all-in from Happy, and was just way too much. With all the distracting he was doing with those Banshees, this push was way too much for Minigun to handle, and that forced him to call the GG. Alright guys, we will be moving on to game number two here between Minigun and Happy in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.